You're so lucky. You're full of luck. It's your lucky day.
No, it wasn't Sarah's lucky day. It was a setup for a classic $20 distraction scam. And by the time it was over, thousands had vanished from her bank account and her daughter's.
And this is the Ralph's I usually come to.
On Wednesday, April 16th, Sarah went to Ralph's grocery store on Satakoy Street and Louise Avenue in Van Nuys. As she was using her debit card to pay, a stranger approached her and said
that I dropped $20, and I said, no, I don't think I did. And I was putting my PIN into the machine, and he came much closer to me and was kind of pushing the $20 into my wallet. You need to back up. Back off.
It all happened in a matter of seconds. Sarah kept insisting.
And I'm like, no, this is yours. This isn't mine.
As Sarah walked back to her car, the same man, now joined by a woman, followed her, again insisting she take the $20. They continued to invade her space.
I knew it wasn't mine. The reason I was getting cash back was because all I had was a couple dollars.
Sarah left the parking lot feeling weird about the encounter. She checked her wallet to see if maybe they had taken any of her cash. They hadn't, but something else was missing.
My heart sank because my debit card wasn't there.
Within 30 minutes, the scammers made multiple withdrawals at Chase Bank several miles away. In total, nearly $5,000 was taken from Sarah's account and her daughter Jennifer's too, because their accounts are linked.
My money is gone and I had just gotten paid, and I'm a teacher. I don't make a lot of money. I really don't. And what I make goes to the things I need, and we can't cover that right now. So it's hard to know that someone can take what you have so easily.
Jennifer filed a police report and shared the story online. She was stunned by the response. One after another, people commented the same thing had happened to them or their loved ones.
It's a huge violation, and, I just feel, like I'm looking over my shoulder everywhere I go. It just is horrible.
Unfortunately, the description of the suspects is too vague and security footage has not yet been released. If you have been a victim of a similar scam or you know anything about this case, contact the LAPD.
New details about a Clay County teen accused of killing their parents in their Middleburg home. Tonight, the 14-year-old's best friend is speaking with News 4 Jax. Family member also shared this photo of David Lee and Brandy Smith with us.
Their 14-year-old son, Trevor Lee, is now charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. Their home sits near Silver Point and County Road 220. News 4 Jax reporter Alicia Hatcher went to the neighborhood where it happened and spoke with the teen's friend.
One of Trevor's closest friends, Kyrie Beeman, met us right outside of the Lee family home. He says he's known Trevor since elementary school and he just saw him Friday. He also says he spoke with him over the phone around 12:30 this morning, and the conversation they had, he'll never forget.
He told me that he loved me, and he told me that he was just calling to tell me goodnight.
The best friend of a teen now accused of murder replays the last conversation they had before learning the shocking news. Crime scene tape lined a Middleburg neighborhood Monday morning after a chilling 911 call from a 14-year-old boy.
Our 911 communications center received a call from a young man who stated he had just killed his parents. He stated that deputies could find his parents at the house and that he had walked just over a mile away to a church.
Deputies responded and arrested 14-year-old Trevor Lee. When deputies got to the home, they found David Lee and Brandy Smith shot and killed inside.
Preliminary investigation, and we're still very early in this investigation, it appears that there was some sort of domestic argument last night between Trevor Lee and his parents, and that this shooting culminated from that argument.
When we arrived on scene, a family member was there but declined to speak. But one person did open up, someone who didn't just know the family, he considered them his own.
They were probably the best or one of the best families I knew. They were funny and they treated me very well. They told me all the time that they loved me like a son and they treated me as such.
Kyrie says it's still hard to believe, but he hopes people remember Trevor for more than just what happened.
He's not a bad person just because he made one bad decision. He's done so much for everyone I know, and I don't want him just to be known as a killer or a murderer, and that he was a great kid, a great son.
Coming up on News4JAX at 6, we'll share the moment Kyrie says he will always cherish that he shared with the Lee family. For now reporting, Alicia Hatcher, Channel 4, the local station.
A 69-year-old woman using a walker was shot dead next to her friend in Harlem. It happened just before 12:30 this afternoon. Alice Gaynor spoke with that friend.
A haunting image, a walker next to a stream of blood.
I thank you, Lord, that I'm still here, but my friend is not here. And we were together side by side.
This is Juanita Arnold side by side with her friend, 69-year-old Robin Wright. They had just gotten Chinese food nearby. This worker, one of the last people to see Wright alive.
That's unbelievable.
You just seen her and then...
Yeah, I seen her, yeah. And she say hi to me.
When Arnold and Wright got to East 110th and Madison Avenue, Arnold says she heard 6 or 7 shots coming from closer to Park Avenue.
There were 3 guys with black hoodies on and 2 other came with regular clothing on. We were not even in the presence of these people. What we know is that we saw them running that way, and that was it. And the next thing you know, the gunshots went off. The next thing I know, my friend is laying on the ground, bleeding from the side of her mouth.
Wright was pronounced dead at a local hospital. According to a high-ranking police source, shortly before Wright was shot, 2 men robbed another man nearby. The suspects fled, and the victim followed them, exchanging gunfire. That source says Wright was caught in the crossfire. The crime scene spanned several blocks, and police could be seen canvassing for video.
This is a senior. This is somebody's and grandmother.
Dr. Aisha Sekou is founder of Street Corner Resources.
We have to refocus and focus back on getting guns out of our community, more funding to keep young people away from guns.
Wright lived across the street from where this happened. We observed distressed neighbors as they learned about the shooting. Many knew her. So far, no arrests. In East Harlem, Alice Gaynor, CBS News, New York.
Need a free phone? Listen up. If you're on SNAP, Medicaid, SSI, or Section 8, you're eligible for a brand new smartphone with
Tough to see, tough to hear as well. Right now, there is a growing search for the people involved in a drive-by shooting that happened in Plantation. Police say several people, they got out of a car and they shot at a home several times. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Roxanne Vargas.
And I'm Shelly Muniz. NBC6's Nico Clemens is live for us in Plantation. Nico, police believe these people are connected to another shooting that happened in the highway.
Yeah, about 45 minutes later, YouTube police believe this group was involved in a shooting on the interstate. We'll get to that part of the story in a moment. But this right here is the rental home where police say this group of people shot up. We're going to zoom in for you, but there are bullet holes everywhere, in the windows, the front door, just in the front of the home. Here's that shooting again.
As soon as you move
That is pretty incredible. So many people in this neighborhood say they heard those gunshots yesterday. We're on Northwest 1st Street, right off West Broward Boulevard. Police say, you see it there, 4 people got out of a Mercedes, started shooting at the home, then they took off. Unfortunately, all those shots, no one was hurt, no one was shot. Police say the people at the home are unactive right now, so they don't actually have a motive behind the shooting. They don't know why this happened, why this group shot at the home. But again, police believe these same suspects were involved in a shooting on I-95 yesterday in Miami-Dade County. FHP, they're investigating that shooting. So I talked with several people in this neighborhood who are, let me tell you, worried, they're concerned, they're scared.
I'm scared because what happened is that when everything done right at my driveway there, there were bullet shots right there close to my house.
We're always outside with the kids and everything, and I can't do it anymore. You know, it's pretty scary seeing everything that's going on.
You notice those two people we talked with, they did not want to show their face because, again, so many people in this neighborhood are just terrified after what happened here yesterday. Police believe that Mercedes has stolen it, by the way, in Miami Gardens. So they're investigating, FHP is investigating the I-95 shooting. They're trying to piece everything together. But if you know anything, if you recognize that Mercedes, if you maybe know the people at the house, if you know anything, call Broward Crime Stoppers. They want to hear from you so they can arrest the people they need to arrest. Nico Clemens, NBC6 News.
We have breaking news from Pico Rivera where the search is on for a gunman after a 13-year-old boy was shot and killed.
It happened overnight at a gas station. KTLA's Omar Lewis is live in Pico Rivera with the details. Omar, this is tragic. Good morning to you.
Yeah, Megan, Lauren, just a heartbreaking story out here in Pico Rivera this morning. And we've learned that 13-year-old boy was here as he was waiting for a relative to get off of work nearby. It's an active investigation out here. These detectives have been combing through evidence for more than 7 hours at this point. It all happened at this 76 gas station off Rosemead and Whittier Boulevard. As they work to figure out a motive, they're also searching for whoever pulled the trigger. We could take you to the video this morning and tell you that deputies responded to reports of a shooting around 11:45 last night here at this Pico Rivera gas station. When they arrived, they found that 13-year-old boy suffering from gunshot wounds. The boy was pronounced dead right here at the scene. Homicide detectives spent the night collecting evidence and interviewing witnesses to determine a motive and the moments that led up to this deadly gunfire. Investigators have very few details on that suspect who ran away from the scene immediately after gunshots rang out. Take a listen to a lieutenant from the LA County Sheriff's Department describing those details here this morning.
We're early on in the investigative process right now. All I can say is that he fled the location. He was last seen running away from the location on foot. There does not appear to be a robbery or an argument or anything prior, but I can say that the victim does have a relative who works here, so he does stay in the area while his relative is working. He hangs out waiting for the relative to get off work.
Residents in this area who we spoke to off camera this morning tell us they are very concerned as this shooting overnight comes just days after a man was killed at a different gas station on Washington Boulevard near Passons Boulevard here in Pico Rivera as well, about 2 miles away from this scene. This happened on Thursday night, and right now police do not believe the two shootings are connected, but the suspects in both cases remain on the run. Again, back out here live, we can tell you that the coroner just arrived here moments ago and is gathering the body of that young boy from this scene. If you have any information at this hour, you're asked to pick up the phone and contact Crime Stoppers. The number to dial 1-800-222-TIPS. You can remain anonymous. That is the latest for now here live from Pico Rivera this morning. I'm Omar Lewis. Lauren and Megan, we'll send it back to you in the studio.